Yo.
What's up, bro?
Jaden, what's up, Speedy?
How are you, bro?
Nice to meet you.
Jaden, great to meet you.
You got a coat on, which is good because it's cold out here today. Different weather than LA.
Yeah, very different from LA.
But a big day. Let's
Yeah,
do this thing.
I'm excited.
Let's do it. Sunroof above this. I've never been in a Tesla before, so
Really?
It's kind of cool, yeah.
Yeah, it's working really. It's hitting nice right now because the sun's out, so you can actually see through it. Because at nighttime, you can't really tell.
I know you rock with Elon a lot. I remember reading that you call yourself an inventor, and you said like, "Yo, I won't stop until I'm like Elon." What is it about Elon that like you resonate with so much?
You know, I was actually just watching a video about him before I came down here to...
Like literally just now?
Yeah, just now. And in the video, what it was saying was that he, at the beginning of Tesla, like he was working like 22 hours a day, 7 days a week. And he would tell people like, you know, I don't care, you know, call me 3 a.m. on a Sunday morning to solve a problem. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm always available. I'm available 24/7 to solve issues. So I really just like, I really look up to him when it comes to that. You know what I mean? Like, I really find that that's really inspirational for me, the fact that he's just always down to solve issues. And that comes to me in my life, you know, with 501c3 and everything that we do. It's like, yo, I want to be like Elon Musk. I want to improve lives in the way that he has. You know what I mean? Do
you have that drive where you're with it to like, you know what, I'm down to work 22 hours a day too, just to solve like whatever problem it is?
I mean, I'm not Elon Musk, but I'm down to work. You know, I was working all night last night, or like, you know, I flew here yesterday, I slept a few hours on the plane, and then I immediately went to go put a water box up in Newark yesterday.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I didn't sleep that much, you know, and then I came here and I did the water box, and then, you know, I had meetings about Misfits, then I edited all night, you know, then I was recording. It's like, I tried to build my life to be you know, I try to build my life so that, you know, in 30 years I could, you know, be like him or something, but, you know, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, have you met Elon?
Yeah, I have met him.
Was it a vibe?
It was a vibe.
That's dope. That's dope. I remember seeing he showed you some love on Twitter too. Like, I think it was you share, or somebody had shared a photo of like a Tesla on stage at one of your shows, and he was like, yo, I f with this.
Yeah.
That's so dope.
That was at Coachella, and he was like, yeah, that's cool.
How have you been though? Obviously, crazy times we're living in right now, and
you know,
the world is crazy right now.
Yeah, the world is really crazy. I've just been trying to really lay low and just like, you know, isolate as much as possible, and you know, try to still get things done, but really just taking this time as a huge reset for the world, you know.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes the universe gives us what we didn't know we needed, and like maybe that reset was it, you know?
Totally.
A lot of times we're on the go, and like it was like, nah, it's time to sit down with yourself and your thoughts and like center.
Yeah.
Know?
Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to do, just center.
Totally. And I feel like everybody's talking about like people's mental health a lot more, which is like really amazing too, because I feel like a lot of that is coming up during the quarantine with everybody just being by themselves. Like, yo, I didn't think that I really cared about all these different things, but then oh wait, I actually do, and Like mental health's actually important.
You say that there are different Jadens, right? There's like Jaden Smith, and then there's Jaden. What's the difference?
Well, Jaden Smith is about to go put a water box in Newark right now. You know what I mean?
But Jaden is not? Or is Jaden with you?
Yeah, I mean, it's all this. It's just like, how am I gonna publicly act around people? You know what I'm saying? It's like, how am I gonna portray myself, or like, what thoughts am I having? But it's like, I want to be open, and I want to talk about sustainability, and I want to talk about philanthropy, and I want to talk about all this stuff. You know what I mean? I want to help the world. I want to do all of that stuff. You know, I want to be an inventor, and an activist, and a philanthropist, and yeah.
So right now, it feels like, based on where we're about to go and what we're about to do, that I'm sitting next to Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
Jaden Smith is a guy that's about to go do something big and beneficial for the community of Newark. And what is it that Jaden Smith is about to do?
So the thing is that Newark, certain parts of Newark is experiencing unsanitary water in the pipes. So that means that when people are going into their house and they're taking a shower or they're cooking food or they're washing their hands, that the pipes are putting out water that isn't clean. It can be very unhealthy and can create long-term brain damage in the youth. You know what I mean? So what we're doing is we're putting a filtration system called the Water Box into a facility here in Newark. And what that's going to do is it's going to pretty much completely purify 10 gallons of water every 60 seconds for whoever wants to use it. So they go up to it, they have a 10-gallon jug, and they can fill that up in 60 seconds. They can bring that home, or they can fill up a bunch more jugs and then bring all of them
Right,
home.
right.
Or they could just go up to it with a glass of water,
And drink it right
grab
there.
some water, and drink it right there. We love people to like do both, to do it all. But, you know, this is one of those things that people aren't paying attention to, and people aren't really talking about. And that I want to make sure that not only do we go into the city and give multiple water boxes and do a good thing, but, you know, we also have a way of, Lord, thank you, you guys using your fan base and your platform to talk about and to make this video about what's going on in Newark, you know, and thank you guys, because Complex, you guys are the ones who have donated to make this water box happen here in Newark.
And so there's some special artwork that's going to be on this water box.
Yep.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's the first time you're putting art on the water box.
Yeah.
Why? Why did you feel inspired to maybe dress this one up a little bit versus some of the other ones?
It's with you guys, you know, you guys represent style and fashion, everything, music, culture. So we wanted to make sure that it wasn't just about the philanthropic work, it's also fly, and it's also cool, and it's also different. And we also want to expand to get more artists and more designers and creators to design the shells of these water boxes, because, you know, we want to show the kids that are drinking out of it every day that, yo, they did a design on it, it's cool. And then the kids like, I like to draw, and it's like, yo, I will design a water box one day, I'll design a building one day, I'm gonna design all these different things. And it's like, yes, we want to push that momentum in the youth of, you know, just creativity. Because at the end of the day, you know, I'm 23 and me and Drew, well, I'm about to be 23, and me and Drew, like, we've been working on this for a long, long time, since I was like 11.
You're over 10 years in at this point.
Yeah, you know, and it started off with just water, and but now it's evolved into 501c3. So, and we really just want to give back to the community and help, bro. You know, I just want to make a difference in the world. I don't want to just be a guy.
Yeah. You don't want to just exist.
I don't want to just exist.
Take, and not give nothing back. That's real. Let's talk about Just Water for a sec before we talk about 501c3. You have a water brand that you've been a part of now for many years. And like, I knew it was a big deal, and I was telling your team this, like, I knew it was a big deal when I was in Miami and I went to Khaled's spot, finger licking. And I was like, yo, let me get fried lobster, mac and cheese and yams, and a bottle of water. And I'm thinking they're gonna give me like a Dasani or something. Like Poland Spring. And they gave me yours. And I was like, no way. Like, your water is in Khaled spots. And then it evolved. Then, you know, we all saw the video, you and your pops in Targets, like checking it out. Like, what a moment for you, like thinking back to times where you were just surfing, right? And like being in the water and having this inspiration. And now, like, there are people who don't even know that they're supporting a good cause when they're at Khaled's restaurant buying a bottle of water.
That's my favorite thing. That's my favorite thing. When I walk by people on the street and they're just like holding it, and I just like, I try to make eye contact with them, but they like are like, why the f are you looking at me?
Who are you,
like,
and why are you staring at me right now?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's real.
Oh man, but nah, dude, I mean, this has been something that I've been into for the longest time. All right, let's take it to the top. It's like, I had an environmental teacher, all right? She was teaching me about the ocean. She was teaching me about the environment, you know. And
is
like,
this high school, middle school, where?
This is like, dude, this is middle school.
Okay.
So, but like early, like beginning of middle school type shit. You know what I'm saying? And my teacher is like, all right, I had a teacher. She was an environmental teacher, and she would teach me about the environment, about all this stuff. It was in the curriculum. And then I went to go surfing, and my surfing coach, shout out to Titus, my surfing coach would teach me, Titus would teach me that the ocean was alive, and then my other teacher would teach me that the ocean was dying. And I was like,
whoa, this is conflicting. Like,
yeah, like, what's happening? It's alive, and it's my new best friend, and I love to surf, and now it's dying, and I'm killing it. And I was so confused, man. And then I was just like, all right, that's gotta stop. And then I was like, we have to figure it out. And then they were saying that, you know, there's all these plastic balls of water that are in the ocean, all these things. And I was like, okay, I want to find a way to make products that don't have to be made out of plastic. Like, that's our only choice. And then we started to make just water, and it you know, started when I was 11, then it slowly kept going and going and going and going and going until multiple years later, I actually got into Whole Foods and all this stuff, and me and Drew just worked on it. It came into the market at 50% renewability, then it went to 70, then 71, then to 81. So we just care about the bottle so much. We continue to re-innovate it and make it better. Before this was normal plastic, then we moved it to plant-based plastic, sugar cane from Brazil, and we're just trying to find ways to make the bottle better and better and better. We even made a new 501c3 version. This is probably the first time anyone's seeing it, but it's like we're constantly just trying to make the bottle doper and better and better and better and get people to get excited about it.
And it started as just water. Now the collab with 501c3, which you started, is going into communities and helping longer term, right? And not just a bottle.
Yeah, so it's, you know, we had the crisis in Flint. Just Water sent like hundreds of thousands of bottles of water to Flint, Michigan, and we're like, yo, we can't send hundreds of thousands of bottles of water to Flint. You know what I mean? Because then they're gonna have hundreds of thousands of bottles of water.
Yeah, bottles.
So I was like, all right, we need to send them something that they can generate this water, so we're not like shipping in this water. We need to get the water from the city that's already there. They have water, it's just not clean and no one's talking about it, and it's annoying, and I hate it that people are not talking about this because people are being affected and kids' brains are being affected. So we were just like, all right, let's get in there. And then now up to this day, we have 4 water boxes in Flint. And I'm so happy because we've done like the equivalent of like 200,000 bottles of water in Flint, but without the bottles, with just giving people water and water. And what we realized when we were doing just is like, yo, we love giving people bottles of water because when they're on the go, that's all that they can drink. You know what I'm saying? They need a container for their water. And we might as well give them one that's better. But then we're like, all right, we also just want to give people water because bottles of water are not life. Water is life. So we have to give people water because there's people that just need it. And once we realize that people need to cook with this water, people need to wash their hands, they need to shower, they need to clean things. So it's like 500 milliliters is not enough. Dude, 10 gallons is not enough. We need to start giving them as much water as we possibly can. So it's like, you know, some people are taking 20, 30, 40 gallons of water home with them, as they should, because it's like, yo, you need water. You need water.
Where do you see this, and when I say this, I mean Just and 501c3, like, where do you see this best case scenario 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now? Like, what type of impact is this having?
I want to make the filtration systems bigger so that they can do more water, and that like we could go to, let's say that we could go to Uganda and we could attach a filtration system to the side of a hospital so that it gives clean water into the hospital, but then it also pumps clean water into the surrounding community. So that, into the homes, to where it's like specific homes can get this water, and then people can get water from those homes, and then we keep increasing the amount of homes that can get these water, you know what I mean? And then, you know, solar panel lights inside of the communities and solar panels on each person's house, so that you know what I mean? Like doing things like that into the future, and then creating these like water like havens like in the middle of places that don't have like clean sanitary water.
Why do you feel bold enough that you can achieve these things? Not saying that you can't, but a lot of people don't have the mind capacity to be able to say, I can do this, or I want to do this. Why do you?
I don't know. And Elon Musk, you know, he says a lot of the times, it's like, yo, if you have a startup, like the first thing you know is that like most startups, like they fail, you know what I mean? And most ideas like don't work. So that means that you have to work way harder than you expect to achieve them. And that's why he's doing things like working 22 hours a day. So I don't know. I guess we'll see inside right now.
Yeah, let's go do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey. How are you?
Peace, fam.
I'm Jaden.
Yes.
How are you?
to the Alkaline Express,
Speedy,
y'all.
nice to meet you.
Alkaline Express, y'all. Okay.
Wow,
so,
this place is beautiful.
Yes, this is the Holistic Wellness Center, FEM founded, youth led, and community funded. So first of its kind. So it's really cool to have you here experiencing the new arc with us.
Can we see the rest of the spot?
Let's do that.
Let's
okay?
do it.
Yes.
Can you talk to us a little bit about the water in Newark, your work with the Newark Water Coalition, and just your journey with that, and if why you feel like this will be helpful?
Once the water box came on site, that is when everything went kaboom. The town hall, having the members in-house, now knowing like we have access to alkaline water. We're not doing hashtag healing, so even though the space is called Alkaline Express, we're really actually providing products, a full package for people to have access to this lifestyle. And now everyone in-house is trained on how to test the water, how to distribute it, and so the community loves seeing that process, and we make sure that they know every time that we distribute, it gets tested. What is this process? Knowing about these actual chemicals. So rather than just being a part of a free distribution process, they're getting the framing, the proper education around it, and they realize why the water and the water box is so important.
So this is the actual box right here.
It.
This is it. This is the only one that we've ever done any type of like graphic or design on top of. I really do like when we make a box to know, and for the people that are getting the water to know like where it's coming from, how it came about. So right here, inside of here, I'm not gonna spin it around, but there's like 3 filters inside that like get smaller and smaller and smaller of the amount of particulate matter that they'll let through. And then there's a UV filter on this side of it, which really shines like this UV light inside of it and kind of kills any bacteria and kind of gets rid of anything that's after it's gone through all the filters. And then it's just going to go through a few more processes, it's gonna come straight out. And then you're gonna wanna fill it up over here if you're gonna do like 10 gallons or more.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or even like 5 gallons, like 5, 10, like however, if it's a lot, you're gonna do it here. But if it's just like, yo, I just need to get a glass of water, you literally just go like this, and then you can just fill it up like this.
Wow. And it's just like your freeze.
Yeah, type, Wow. And it also tells you the amount of plastic bottles of water that you're saving.
So in general, one of these boxes that I'm looking at, what type of impact can something like this have in a community like this one?
Well, like I told you, depending on how much the box is being used, like for example, like we had one box in Flint going for a long time, and that was like the only box in Flint that was being used for like 6 months, and we were able to get like the equivalent of 100,000 bottles of water would be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's like 100,000 people getting a bottle of water for free, you know what I mean? So it just depends on how much you use it and how many people you have lining up on it at all times. And then once you have multiple in one city, then you double those numbers up, and then we really want to get to a place that we hope like once we can get all of our boxes running and then get them all running for like a full year, we really want to get to the place where like the bottles that we're saving are like up in the millions,
Wow. And so how many of these do you have currently deployed somewhere in this world?
Man, it's really hard to count because there's actually some that are out there right now that are like kind of like secret or whatever that we haven't like fully launched.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like how this one was here from January, but like no one knew about it.
Yeah.
So I want to say maybe we have like 6 that people know about, going on 7.
But soon there will be more that we know about.
Yes, yeah, I mean, we're constantly just clicking out more, but we like to go into the community, make sure that it's working properly before it's time to be like, hey, this is happening.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like make sure that it's gonna like really be there and be put.
Jaden.
Wow.
My man.
Bro.
Thank you so much for letting us kick it with you for today, bro.
Thank you for coming with me in a day in the life, bro. This is really like important to me, so I really appreciate you guys using your platform to just get it out there.
And we're excited to see what more you're gonna do, man. At such a young age, you're doing so much, and I know only bigger and better.
Dog, thank you so much, man. Until next time, all right?
All right, bro.
You have a good day,
Be
bro.
well. Be safe.
Yeah, you too.